Hey guys, what's up? It is currently Monday night and it is currently 9 o'clock and I got a couple packages today, so I thought we could do an unboxing together. I just showered, so like my sweatshirt is wet and I kind of look terrible. Before we open this, I kind of want to talk about like how I've been feeling today. This morning I was like trying to be all cheery for the vlog, but I honestly just like can't hold it anymore and I just feel like really down today. I don't know why. I just get like this sometimes and that's just reality of it, and I just don't have the energy after today to be my cheery self, so I'm just gonna kind of be this kind of level-headed person tonight and I hope that's okay. Anyway, I got a couple packages and my mom got me a couple more seeds. These are zinnias. Another zinnia. And these look really big and pink, and I said I wasn't gonna plant anything else, but you know, my mom got me these, so I better plant some of these. And they look really nice and big though, especially these. Wow, those are beautiful. It'll be fun to see these grow, so I'll probably be planting these sometime soon. I should do a little reading update too. I listened to quite a bit of my audiobook today, and I am 71% of the way through. I still have 3.5 hours left. I'm probably just gonna listen to the rest of it tonight. I know it's 9 o'clock. I don't normally go to bed till like midnight anyway, so staying up to finish this won't be a big deal. So I'm on chapter 19 out of 27, and there's a closing. I don't know if that's like author statements and stuff, but that's 15 minutes. So depending on what that is, I might just skip that. These chapters in this book, The Simple Wild, they're so long. I'm enjoying the book a little bit more. It's like enemies to lovers, and the MMC is actually insufferable, but like I kind of get it. Which is, I'm so frustrated with myself because literally some of the things he says, I'm like, oh my gosh, like, just shut up. But then I'm also like, wait, I get it. But, so I'll finish that tonight and maybe update you guys in another vlog. So I actually have a plant from Etsy and then a record. So let's do the plant first. I've never ordered a plant off of Etsy, so I'm actually a little nervous. I ordered I'll put it on the screen too, but I ordered a Syningia leucortrica, and it's kind of the bulb plant. So I honestly don't know if this is going to be a bulb or have a plant currently on it. Not sure. I think it's probably just going to be the bulb. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Wow. I've never had one of these, but as you can see, there's a little plant in there. Oh my goodness. These plants are kind of fuzzy. I honestly don't know how to take care of this, but I really wanted one, so okay, maybe we will actually pot this up yet tonight and get it watered in, but I am actually stoked for this. So that's the first thing. That really helped my mood. Okay. And then we have a vinyl record. This is a Conan Gray record. Yes. Okay. This is the Heather 12-inch exclusive. So this has Heather on side A and then Heather Wishbone version live. I love Conan Gray, and this might be a very like unpopular opinion. I love his older music more than his new music. I love Sunset Season. I love Kid Crow. I don't know. I really need to listen to Wishbone fully. I try to listen. I love like some songs in his newer albums, his Wishbone and then the last one. See, I'm not like a huge fan, but I love this song and I loved the cover. I know he drew it. So yeah, it's really, really cute. So let's open it, shall we? I have a Discogs account. I don't know if that's something people can follow on, and I don't know if that's the vibe for that, but I track all of my records on there. Oops, I just cut open the record on accident. That would drive some people up a wall. There is no hype sticker on this packaging, so I don't need to save it for any reason. I just need to get the vinyl out. I actually pre-ordered this back in like Christmas time, So I've been waiting a few months for this vinyl. So nothing in there. It's just one sleeve. Oh my goodness. Guys, this is like actually stunning. Wow. I completely forgot what this is gonna look like. I mean, I love this. So I have sleeves, and for the vinyl and for the record sleeves, so I will actually put these in sleeves. But right now I'm actually gonna figure out what to plant my new plant in, add this to my Discogs, to my collection, and then I'll check back in maybe in a bit. Okay, so here's my little guy, and I have this pot. There's no drainage, but he's gonna sit near the top, and he has, I don't even know if these are technically roots. I think they are, but he has like 2 little roots, so I'm not really worried about root rot right now. I think it needs a cactus soil. I have like a very chunky cactus mix. I think I am going to use a little bit of this houseplant soil that I have, mixed with perlite, mixed with a little bit of the really chunky cactus mix. Here I have the mix. They are prone to root rot, I read. So anything to ensure that it won't get root rot. I mean, it wasn't that expensive. I think I could easily replace it, but I don't really want to do that, you know? So I haven't used any of this cactus soil yet, but it looks very chunky, so that's good. So I guess we'll just get into it. I have peat moss here. I don't think I'm going to use that. I think I'm just going to use a little bit of my houseplant soil. Okay, I think I've maybe watered it too much. I don't know, but here it is. Here's my new baby. And I'm just gonna, I think, put this on my bookshelf out there and call it good. So, hey guys, what's up? The lighting's probably terrible. It is almost 11 o'clock at night. Hold on. I need to put into Fable. I started just for the summer today. So I finished The Simple Wild. I am, as you can see, we have some empty shelves here and like a half-filled shelf here. I, this morning, took off all the books I read and put them in boxes and bags and put them in my car to take to my fiance's house. And then I took all of my books off just now, and I'm going to put them back in by genre. I have a lot of Francine Rivers books here. These are all pretty much the same genre, but all of these are unread, and I have so many of hers. I'm just going to keep these all together. But the rest of my unread books, even if I have like a couple authors and they have different genres, I'm going to put them in genres, not by author, except for these down here, since I have so many by the same author. I was collecting her books for a while, and then I started getting I had 3 of her books, got 1 for Christmas, and then I thrifted both 3 of these. So, and this one actually is on my March TBR, which I'm going to read, which I will explain in a minute. I finished Where the Crawdads Sing. I finished The Simple Wild. It took me about 5 or 6 days to read. I started Love and Other Words today, and I finished that today. I started out audiobook. I listened to the whole thing audiobook. I had the physical copy, but I got the audiobook on Libby, and I started listening to it today at work, and it was so good. Every moment of the day, I was like, I have to know what happens next. And I ended up listening to the whole thing on audiobook, and then I knew my version was thicker because it had some bonus chapters, so then I read those chapters today, and it was a 5-star read. I loved it. And then I just started, because I got an audiobook for Just for the Summer by Abby Jimenez. So I started that tonight as well. I'm about 4% of the way in, and I really like it so far. I like the concept of it. So yeah, but I got the itch to go through and organize. I think I'm going to do, I only have a couple of mystery thrillers. I only have a couple, I think I have 1 nonfiction. I think I have a lot of fantasy, which is a shocker, but I was really on a romance kick. I have a lot of romance and literary fiction, but my biggest genre, I think, is fantasy. I love fantasy, just reading it. I love watching fantasy, but reading fantasy, I have to be in the mood because I need to be able to world build and everything, like, or understand the world building and everything. So I have a lot of fantasy on my TBR and a lot of romantasy. So I think I'm going to do like fantasy to romantasy and kind of put some romantasy to fantasy. So kind of put whatever kind of fits. And then here I'm going to hopefully fit my literary fictions, thrillers. I almost said literary fiction and filters. Literary fiction and thrillers. And then down here I'm going to keep these Francine Rivers books, but I'm going to push them back. And I think I'm actually going to put like my TBR in front so that it's right by my bed and I can just grab whatever book I want to read at night. So that's what I think I'm going to do. And I thought I would maybe put this on a little time lapse and you can watch me do this, or maybe we can talk through this. I think I'm going to start with my fantasy just because I have a lot. So let's just stack them up and see how many I have. So here's all my fantasy books. And this month I was like, oh, I don't want to read any of these fantasies, so I'm going to pick one off my Kobo to read. Why would I do that? I'm still going to read it. I haven't started it yet, but obviously I need to prioritize fantasy. So this is going to be maybe like a fantasy summer. Love that. So hopefully I can fit, maybe I should do fantasy here instead. Fantasy to romance. Maybe I'll put some romantasy with the romance. So fantasy, romance, romantasy, literary fiction, mystery thrillers, TBR. I'm going to try to keep series together. Most of my fantasies are series. Okay, we just need to go through this and see what we have. Baby, you've been missing when nobody's watching, 'cause you got all you wanted. I heard you took that nasty feeling to that friend of yours. I don't mean to air out your business, but it's an easy out to call when you're ambitious. This time will tell what we both needed. Okay, so I have all my fantasies. I have to double stack my books. So there's going to be books behind there in front of here. I can't help that. I don't have enough room on my shelves. I have Alchemized yet to put on there, Fourth Wing, Graceless Heart, Never, A Court of Thorns and Roses, and Red Queen. I'm pretty sure all of these are romantasy. I know Heartless Hunter for sure is romantasy. Maybe this one's a little bit more fantasy. Some of these may be romantasy, like I think Bury Our Bones in the Midnight Soil might be more romantasy than I think. But these are for sure romantasy, which will have to go on my romance shelf. I can fit maybe a couple more up here, and then maybe I can like shove some back there. I'm going to try to do instead of doing romance, I'm going to try to do literary fiction next, because this is my literary fiction plus one nonfiction, which I think I'm just going to stick in here. This is really satisfying because all of these books are the same size, and I think I got most of these. For sure, it's 2 of these at Half Price Books. So any book of the month book I have is from Half Price Books because I don't have book of the month. And they're all blue. Wow. That is satisfying. I wish you could see that better. Literally all these hardcovers back here are blue. I love it. Look how incredibly satisfying this is. They're all the same size. They're all blue and they're all hardcover. I'm going to be covering up some of it and I can't help that, so.
With sold out shows, songs on all the radios, singing songs to stadium.
I kind of like doing this sometimes just because it's easier. When they're like this, it's easier for me to take them out and stick them back in so I can see what's behind there. Okay, wow, this looks really good actually. Here's my one nonfiction. All 3 of my mysteries are in here and all my literary fiction. So if I have a romance that's maybe more literary fiction than romance, I can maybe pop that in there so that we can fit everything. This is working out great. Just for the Summer is on my TBR, so I'm actually going to put that down here, and then it will go on my finished pile. So Just for the Summer down here. I'm reading this right now, and I love it. Put that down there for now, and then we're going to start on romance. So never read an Elsie Silver book, and I have 2 of these. And I've heard that this series actually isn't that great, but this one might be. So, oh wow, I also have this one. Wow, okay. Guys. Maybe I should keep these all together, actually. I really want to read this book. She came out with another one. I got this at Half Price Books because it is a book of the month book. She came out with another one. I don't know what it's called, but I love the cover of her new one, and I have not read one of Cara Bastone's books, but I've heard this one's pretty good, so I really should read this one. Maybe in April. That looks very April-y to me. I did buy this after her scandal. No, before. Did I buy this? Kind of during. I bought this after I found out about her thing, and I hate to say it, but I love her writing, so I don't know. This Gatecrasher also on my TBR, so that will also be going down here. I'm low-key not sure if I want to read the Gatecrasher. I kind of want to read something else, but I'm not gonna deal with that right now. Okay, I will definitely have room for more. Let me put my fantasy up there because I have room for my romanticies to fit up here. Graceless Heart is so beautiful. Alchemized, I've heard, is not that great. And then I should just read Manacled. If anyone knows where I could read Manacled, let me know because I will. Hey, I will. Okay, wow, that was really easy. I have a journal here. Maybe I'll put that by on here. Kindle's gonna go down here. I have my Kobo too. I think I'm gonna leave those by my TBR as well. Maybe I can redo my fantasy shelf because I'm not in love with it. Let's rethink this, actually. I like to have my hardcovers in the back. As you can see, I just think it looks nicer. So maybe I have like the Hunger Games. I have the full series of this because my mom read it when it first came out. So maybe I can put like in Six of Crows, I have both of those books. Ninth House, I have both of those. So maybe I'll just put the first books in the front. So that first books in the front, the rest of the series in the back. I like that idea. I'm really scared to read an R.F. Kuang book, and because I know I'm not smart enough. And Catabasis, I really want to read Babel someday, but like I'm just so stupid. Like I'm scared to read Catabasis. I have literally I have 3 one-off fantasy books. I really should. This one is a series, but I've heard you could just read it as like a one-off book. I honestly don't know if I'm going to love this, so yeah. The rest of these are part of a series, though, so that's interesting. Oh my gosh, all of these are the same size. I love that. This is kind of cute. Okay, bookshelf tour. I hope the quality doesn't look as bad as it does on my camera. But here we have my new bookshelves. So we'll start up here. Up here we have all fantasy books, and in the back, most of the first series books are up here. I could put the Hunger Games up here, but it just fits so nicely back there, so I don't think I'm gonna do that. But here's that. Here's my romance. I really like how this turned out. I can really clearly see like what's back there. These are all the same size, which I love. I love that these are all the same size, and it kind of goes like pink, blue. Well, it's more pink on the cover, but yeah, I really like how this looks. It's just very satisfying to me. Hopefully when I get like an actual bookshelf, I can have all of these just in one thing. I don't have to stack them in front of each other. I don't mind stacking books like this, but I don't like them one in front of the other, but I have to do that for space. And then I have, this is my literary fiction / mystery thriller nonfiction. So back there, I don't know if The Wedding People is a literary fiction, and I don't know if Homeseeking is literary fiction, but I think it is. All of these back here are hardcovers, and they're pretty much all the same size. Here's my one nonfiction, and then here is some more literary fiction, thriller, mystery, slice of life, literary fiction. I think that's what this is. I'm not really sure. I've heard this book is really, really good, and it's like super heartbreaking, and I'm really scared to read it, even though it's so short and it's so cute, but I'm really scared of that. And then here is my kind of Francine Rivers collection. There's a journal, but here's my Francine Rivers collection. My 2 physical books left on my TBR. I knocked off 3. Well, this is my 3rd book I'm knocking off of my physical TBR this month. So here's my Kindle, and my Kobo will also go here. And so, yeah, I think the audiobook for this one is like 9 hours. I could do that in a day. So I'm in an audiobook mood right now, and I'm 2 weeks into the month, and I've read 3 books onto my 4th book on audio. And to me, like, that just gets addicting to me. So, like, when I can read all of these books without, I'm a slow reader. I have dyslexia. It's really hard for me to sound out words sometimes. Oh my goodness, I had a great idea. I can put like my TBR jar like up here or something, like really cute like that. Oh my goodness, I love this. So I'm a slow reader. I can't read well. Like, I'll read words, especially bigger words or interesting names. That's why fantasy, like, to physically read fantasy, it's a big effort for me. I cannot read a fantasy book without starting it on audiobook, so I know how to say the names, the city names, the magic system names, the language names, what race names they are. It's really difficult for me, so I'm a big audiobook fan. I started getting back into reading, and I was physically reading, but when I first started getting back into reading, I was literally reading like 1 book a month. And I started with Francine Rivers, and those were like thick books. And I was reading like 1 book a month, and then when I started like getting better reading comprehension, it got to like 3 books a month. But then I discovered Libby, which is an absolute lightsaber, and also Spotify audiobooks, and that just like completely changed the game. Like, I don't have to wait. Like, Haley Pham's book Just Friends came out. I haven't heard great things about it, but I do want to read it. You know, I don't have to go out and buy it or wait for it on Libby. Like, I can just read it on Spotify or Libby. I've had 3 just for the summer. I just got on Libby, so I have Bridge to Haven on Libby, the audiobook. I read Love and Other Words on audiobook today through Libby. I'm reading Just for the Summer on Libby right now. So Bridge to Haven I'm going to read next, and then I'm going to read The Gatecrasher. No, I'm going to read Gatecrasher next because I'm saving my Kobo read last because that's my only physical read of the month. So I'm hoping I can knock out my other reads with audiobook, although reading on my Kobo like goes a little quicker. I don't know why, but yeah, thanks for clocking into this. I don't know what vlog this will be in, probably my next couple it'll be in. So yeah, I really need to edit, but I've been on my audiobook kick, so I can't edit, but I might edit at work tomorrow. And yeah, I think I really, really, really like how my bookshelves are looking. Really, really like that. And if this bothers some of you guys that I have them stacked in front of each other or sideways and horizontal and vertical, I can't help that. So I'm sick of having my books on the floor beside my bed. I literally had 2 stacks of books. Not even like just my TBR, like brand new books that I've been thrifting and buying and that they can't fit. And I took off, oh my gosh, I think like these bookshelves would be full in the back, and then this would be full all the way up to the top. And then on the back here, like if there was room back here, there was books stacked on top of those books. So I would have books stacked on top of here. I'd have books stacked all the way up here, and then this would be full on literally all 4 of these shelves. And it probably doesn't seem like it, but I probably took like, I don't know, like 50 books off. It was something crazy like that. So anyway, it is 11:30. I'm going to hit the bed. I'm going to hit the hay, and I will see you guys later. Bye. Okay, what's up? I am just running some errands this morning, and I thought I'd film. I just picked up my veil, so that's very exciting. I am
not like super busy today, but I have a ton of editing to do. Like a ton. So that's pretty much what I'm going to be doing all day today. I think I already started this vlog. I started this vlog a few days ago, I think. So, and I haven't really done much filming on it because I am working and I'm in a play. And I dropped off my books that I've finished reading at my fiance's house that I want to keep, because I talked about that in the first part of this video where I went through my books, took out all the ones I read, and then I reorganized my bookshelves. I'm like low-key on like a unspoken book buying ban, but the House of Devils series, or like the City of God and Monster series, is getting traditionally published, so the covers are changing, and that is something that a book series that I've been very interested in reading, and I did not know it wasn't traditionally published. So I think my next paycheck I'm going to try to get the 4 books with the original covers, because I'm pretty sure the series is complete. I don't think there's another book coming out. So, and I'm scared to get the whole series before because they're big books. So, but I'm like, you know what? I'll just get the whole series, which I don't normally do. And then if I don't like it, I'll just sell the whole series as a set, and I'm sure someone will buy it or something. I don't know. So I think I'm going to do that, but I'm going to wait for my paycheck. And then I really have to start like pinching my pennies for this wedding and moving in with my fiance. Just like the furniture alone that I want to get for the house. I have my employee discount from working at a furniture store, but it's still like, I'm still gonna be paying like $3,600 on furniture, and it's just like, oh my gosh, like, but we need the new furniture. So that's not even including paint. The paint's gonna be like $50 a gallon. So, but I just wanted to get this vlog going. Maybe I'll do a little time lapse of me editing. Oh, we have to do a reading update and update my reading journal. Do we have to update my reading journal? For sure we have to update my reading journal. Yes, for sure one book. I don't remember the last time we spoke, but I was reading The Simple Wild. I finished The Simple Wild. I read Love in Other Words in one day, and then I just finished Just for the Summer yesterday, and I've started reading Bridge to Haven on audiobook yesterday. I only got like 5% of the way through, and I'm gonna listen to the first 20% of this book for sure. I have The Gatecrasher to read yet, and Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia for Fairies, and that'll complete my March TBR, so I'm really close to being done. I looked up The Gatecrasher audiobook on Spotify, and it's 9 hours. So I might actually start that one today, because I could finish that in like a day. Like an 8 to 9 hour audiobook, like that's like a day's work for me. So I think I could definitely get that done today, so I might start it. And if not, and if I don't get it done today, I'll for sure get it done tomorrow. So, and then I'll have Bridge to Haven and the Encyclopedia of Fairies left. Bridge to Haven's a pretty thick book, so that's why I'm starting it on audio. Especially sometimes with Francine Rivers books, the first like, oh my goodness. Especially with Francine Rivers books, the first like 20% is just so filled with information, and it's really hard for me to sometimes like read and get into, so that's why I want to get into it. My SD card was almost full on my camera. I had like 4 hours left, and then I deleted a bunch of footage on there, and then, or like I transferred footage, but then like it was almost like the file was still like taking up space on the camera, so I went through and deleted a bunch of empty files, and I think that cleared up space on my SD card, which is good, because 4 hours, like that's like one day of filming, not even. So I have to edit my nail polish video, I have to edit a vlog, and then I'm gonna start editing this vlog too, because I'm pretty behind on editing. I have 5 videos posted. I don't know, but I only have 1 video left that is scheduled. So I need to get some other videos scheduled, but one of them did go up today, the weekly vlog. So by the time you're seeing this, it'll probably be like 2 weeks maybe, but I'm gonna try to, I'm kind of caught up, so I'm gonna try to like not post vlogs so long after they happen, but I can never really do a daily vlog. Most of my vlogs are weekly vlogs, but or weekend vlogs or whatever, so I can film tomorrow too. Whatever. So I'm going to start listening to an audiobook, and I'll check in with you later.
What is up, party people? I got home, started editing, and then I immediately took a nap. It is 2 o'clock. I still have to eat lunch, but I thought we could update my reading journal and talk about the books I read just a little bit. I am going to do like a monthly wrap-up of what I read because I think I might read more than what's on my TBR, which would be really exciting. So I finished Just for the Summer 2 days ago yesterday. I finished it yesterday. So I'm going to check that off. Okay, so we've read 4 out of the 7 books on my TBR. Checked this off and then wrote it in. Another 5-star romance back to back. It's going to be hard to pick this month which book was my favorite because Where the Crawdads Sing was like a 4.5. That was really good. Love and Other Words was a 5-star. And Just for the Summer was a 5-star. So it's going to be tricky. It's going to be tricky this month. So now I need to I didn't finish any books in a series yet. Monthly tracker. Let's see. We got my pink marker. I'm going to do another pink mark on both the monthly tracker side and the genre tracker. So, genre tracker, I've read 6 romance books now. And then for the monthly tracker, I have 3 pink marks in March. So, yeah, it was kind of romance heavy. And then I'm reading 2 more romances. The Gatecrasher I started today. The Gatecrasher, I'm 6% of the way through, and Bridge to Haven, I am 5% of the way through. So not very far in either, although the Gatecrasher, both of these are kind of like flat starts for me, both of the books, so I'm a little about that, but I think that they'll both get better. The Gatecrasher is definitely an interesting like topic, story. I don't know much about Bridge to Haven, so that's kind of like, and normally I go in not knowing much about much about the books I'm reading. I'm adding the Gatecrasher to my Fable. So I've read 17 books so far this year, so I should be on box number 17 for my reading goal. And it should be another green box because we had another 5-star. So got my green marker and we're just going to fill in a box. I think I'm going to write in the boxes. I'm going to do number 1, then 10, then 20, just so I can keep track easier instead of counting all the boxes to see if I'm caught up or whatever. So I put a 1 here, and then I'm going to count to 10 and put 10. I actually went through and just put all the numbers in so that it's easier for me. So I'm almost to 20, 30, 40, and then my last box is 50. And then I'm going to put the total number of books I read here because I might go over, even if it's just by a couple books. I just want to know. And then here's my key. So I think we're updated on this. Series tracker, if I read Emily Wilde, which will probably be the last book on my TBR to read just because it's on my Kobo and I'm like really on a roll with my audiobooks right now. And I'm not really feeling fantasy, which is like so bad because I need to be feeling fantasy because I probably have the most books on my TBR are fantasy. Yeah, I'll be interested to see if I finish Bridge to Haven first or the Gatecrasher. I'm guessing I will finish the Gatecrasher next because the audiobook is so short. I think Bridge to Haven is like 18 hours. Yeah, it's 18 hours, so that's a pretty hefty audiobook. And then Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies, I don't think that book's very long. So, and for some reason, when I read books on my Kobo, I just fly through them, especially when I know what's happening. So I might film an April TBR video soon just so that it can go up like the first day of April. And then I can, or like my first upload day in April or whatever. The first day of April is a Wednesday. So I'm going to want to actually put up my April TBR on the 30th of this month. So I might actually film that video soon just so that I got it covered. I know I showed this already, but I love my April spread so much. I can't wait. I just always look forward to reading. When I got back into reading, it was like actually one of the best things that ever happened to me. I love it so much. So yeah, but here is the March spread. We are over halfway done. We have 1, 2, 3 books left. So I don't really like how I set this up because if I read extra books, I'm not going to put the stickers here or the pictures here because they weren't originally on my TBR. I'm going to just write them in here. And then I think at the end of all of this, I'm going to have, I have my January wrap up or what I read here. I'll have in the back like a January and then the books I read and maybe a little bit about each. But it looks like I'm just really sticking to my TBR pretty close. I mean, it's only the 3rd month of the year, but I've only read books on my TBR so far. So I read 7 books. I read 7 books in January, 6 in February, and then I've already read 4 in March. And it's March 13, which is really good for me. So, I don't know if anyone likes K-pop, but my favorite K-pop group is in Hypen, and one of the members is leaving. Heesung, who is my bias. I can't go on TikTok without seeing like an edit or content about them, and it's heartbreaking. No! Like, it's so sad. I literally can't. So anyway, there's my reading journal. I think I'm just gonna make some food and listen to my audiobook and then go back to editing. So, kind of boring day, but not every day can be exciting. So, anyway, I'll see you later. Hey, what's up? It is currently Sunday at like 11 o'clock. It is blizzarding outside. Blizzarding so bad. Church was canceled this morning, and I probably won't go to church with my boyfriend tonight just because even if it does stop snowing, who knows if people are going to be out with the plows. So, yeah, I thought I'd do a little bit of vlogging. Yesterday I had a wedding, so I was pretty busy yesterday. I edited most of yesterday. I'm editing today. I have my nail video to edit, and then I'm going to start editing this video. And yeah, I might do some reading updates later. Yeah, this will probably end the weekend vlog. I think weekend vlogs are just going to kind of be my thing, either Friday to Monday or Friday to Sunday. So yeah, and then I also think I'm going to film my April TBR soon. I'm just getting busier and busier with wedding planning and my play. So I don't know how much I'll be reading, but I still want to keep the TBR going. We can maybe just do a little reading update now. I have Miss Tui here. Yes, so she's keeping me company. I am currently reading The Gatecrasher, and I have this much left. I was listening to the audiobook pretty much all day yesterday. I have literally 20 pages. So I will definitely be finishing this today. It was cute. Maybe cute's not the word. I love the cover, so I probably won't be getting rid of this book, but it's definitely not a favorite. It's written in, I think it's 3rd person, where it's like, so-and-so did this, and then he did this, and then he thought this, and then he did this, and then he. And it's British, so there's some British humor, and there's like some strong language in here. I wasn't expecting that. I like it's not one of my favorites, but it's also like stuff keeps happening, and I'm like, I have to see like where they could go with this. Like, where could they possibly go with this? So that's pretty interesting. I also started Bridge to Haven. I am on chapter 2. So I use the dust jacket as the bookmark. So I'm literally only a chapter in, and I'm not like loving or hating it. It's just like, you know, it is what it is. I have this on audiobook through Libby, so I will be audiobooking and reading this. This is a super thick book. It's a thick book. Sir, why are my eyes bulging out of my head? Also, a lot of my videos, my head is like cut off at the top. I just like can't. I literally can't be bothered. Yeah, I'm gonna finish The Gatecrasher today. I should have finished it yesterday, but I didn't. And then I'm gonna read some more of this. I did my nails yesterday. I did Avatar State, which is gonna be in my nail video, which you will see. I'll update my reading journal. Yeah, I also really need to get started on my Kobo read, which is the Emily Wild's Encyclopedia of Fairies. 556 pages, but that's including like the table of contents and everything. And so I need to continue reading that. I have a bunch of scrapbook paper and I really want to, I have stickers back here, but they obviously don't stay in place. They're all back like in the corner. There's 3 stickers underneath this one big one. So I think maybe we can like get some paper and like tape these to the paper. Then I can put them back here and it could be like a cute little thing I can change out every once in a while. Yeah, and then I have my Kindle too, which we could do the same thing with my Kindle. But yeah, once I finish The Gatecrasher, I'll have this book and the Encyclopedia of Fairies, and I'll finish my whole TBR, which is crazy. I don't normally get my whole TBR finished. Yeah, maybe I'll start, I really want to start one of my fantasy books, just because I have so many. I think picking my favorite book this month is going to be tricky. I think it's going to be a tricky pick for my favorite. It's only the 15th, so the month's only halfway over, and I've finished almost all of my books, almost all my TBR, so that's really, honestly, exciting for me. I really want to read The Hunger Games, but I also really want to read The Prison Healer. I want to read Will of the Many, and maybe, like, if I finish my whole TBR, I could pick up the Will of the Many. I really, really need to read ACOTAR to see if I should read the rest of the series. I just, like, I'm still going back and forth on if I want to do that or not. Quite a few literary fiction. I honestly think I have an equal amount of all of these. I honestly think I have an equal amount between romance, fantasy, and literary fiction, mystery, nonfiction. I literally only have, like, 2 mystery books in here. 3 like mystery psychological thriller books, 1 nonfiction. So I think I'm gonna try to read, I have a lot of Francine Rivers books down here. I think I'm gonna try to read 1 Francine Rivers book a month. I have 6 books. I don't have 1 of her books, so that makes 7 if I got another 1 of her books. So really want to read, I think I might have talked about this, but I don't remember. I really want to read City of Gods and Monsters series. It's getting traditionally published and the covers are changing, which I didn't know it wasn't traditionally published. And I really like the original covers, so I might buy the whole series, which I never do. I literally never do that. But I might buy the whole series just so that I can have it in the original covers if I love it. Because if I don't, I can sell it as a set, and I'm sure someone will buy it. I really want to get that, but I also really want to get, I collect vinyls, and I really want to get Tate McRae's So Close to What vinyl. I want to get the signed variant, one of them, like the one with the signed poster. That goes for like anywhere from like $45 to $60, which isn't terrible. People are probably like, all that for a vinyl. It's probably 2 LPs. Don't mind my hair. It's probably 2 LPs, and with the signed insert, it's going to be more. And then I also really want Audrey Hobart's Who's the Clown. There's a standard black version, which I was going to get, and then Urban Outfitters came out with a version, and Vertigo Vinyl came out with a variant, like a colored variant, and it's like orange or yellow, and I really, really like the orange and yellow. I am not a huge fan of the all black, so I really want to get that too, but that's a little bit more expensive. Like that could be anywhere from like $50 to $100, and I don't need that one signed. I would love it signed, but I don't need it signed. So I'm kind of going back and forth on what I want to get, and maybe I won't get either. Maybe I won't get anything. So, but we will see. When it comes to getting vinyl secondhand, when there's a good price on something, you just have to get it because they will go like this. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna edit this video. It shouldn't take me that long, the nail video. The only thing that'll take me long is to get like pictures of the nails. So I will edit that and then I'll check back in later. Me looking at the viewfinder, not the camera. Okay, bye. Okay, what's up guys? It is like 7 o'clock or something like that. Yeah, almost 8 o'clock. Wow. And I have literally been editing. I don't know, the lighting's terrible, but I've been literally editing like all day. I took a break and I finished the Gatecrasher. I literally had like 20 pages left to read and I was like, I just need to do it. So I finished the Gatecrasher. So we need to update my reading journal and I'm gonna read a little bit of Bridge to Haven later. I'm about 5% of the way through. I'm one chapter in, but these chapters are literally, I wonder if I can find, like, this is one chapter. This is literally like 25 pages, maybe even more. Like, ooh, there's 19, I think I looked, there's like 19 chapters in this book. Excuse me. 19 chapters in this? Maybe 50? Like, ooh. So that's gonna be tough. That one's gonna be tough. But let's update the reading journal. I also wanted to go through my TBR jar. I have prompts in here, but I also have book titles just written on paper in here. So I wanted to go through, take off any titles I have read that I didn't pick out of here or titles that I need to add in. I do have some that I need to add in the TBR jar. I couldn't find my purple notepad that I was writing these on before, so I'm just going to use these little tiny note sheets and do that. But let's do the reading journal first. It is the 15th? The 15th. So we are halfway through the month and I've read 5 out of the 7 books on my TBR. So we're just going to check off Gatecrasher. Checking it off there. And then we're just going to write it in on this side. I'm not even sure what genre that was. Maybe lit fic? Just felt like fiction. Like, I don't really... What does it say on Fable? It says there's 377 pages from that book, but it was only like 270 something, and I know I changed it, so I don't know why. Can I remove it from my list and re-add it? Okay, I got it fixed. It says it's a romance. I think I have to change my score, knowing that it was supposed to be a romance. So I filled it out. This tracker out. So that was my 5th book. I originally rated it 2.75. I knocked it down to 2.5 stars. So, yeah, probably my releasing 10 was my lowest score of the year, which might be controversial, but I stand my ground on that. Okay, time to fill out my genre tracker and then my monthly reading tracker. It was a romance. Not a very good romance. No, it has to be a 2-star. Releasing 10 had more romance than that. I actually dreaded releasing 10, though. I should really wait to rate my books instead of rating them as soon as I finish them. So, but I don't do that. You know what? I think it's a 2-star. It was a 2-star. I'm being generous giving it a 2.5. It was a 2-star. No, it was a no for me. I didn't like it any better, any worse than releasing 10, and I did not like that book. So, okay, so I changed this to just say 2-star. I added another tick to the romance, and then I did another box for my reading, for my monthly reading tracker. I've read 4 romance books back to back. So, and I'm reading another one, which is this Francine Rivers book is probably romance. She reads Christian fiction, historical fiction, romance. I'm guessing this will be romance, but I guess it could be more Christian fiction or historical fiction. Gatecrasher wasn't the best. It was written in 3rd person, which is always tough because, like, I thought that she was going to really fall in love with this guy, and I did not get that at all, that she even remotely liked him till literally the last, like, 5 pages of the book. Also, all the side characters and the plots were crazy. That's the only reason I really kept reading. Not because they were, like, crazy and, like, a wow, this is so good, but crazy as, like, a what the hell is happening kind of way. So, yeah, again, I'll talk more about this in my reading wrap-up, but I gave it 2 stars. So, I am now going to I have this audiobook on Libby. I'm going to go hard on this the next few days. Hopefully I can finish this, and I'm going to give myself, like, 3 or 4 days for this. Then I'll try for the Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies to read that on my Kobo, and then, yeah, then maybe I can sneak in a book or 2. I have some shorter romance books. Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow is a book I really want to read. That's pretty short. I have Lucky, which is really short. Yeah, Take My Name is pretty short. So, Hunger Games, Red Queen, pretty short. I really, really, really want to read The Prison Healer. Like, I'm really feeling that. Also, look at my copy of The Will of the Many. Like, Oh my gosh. Look at this. Do you see how this doesn't go to the end of the spine? I literally hate that. Like, hate that. Yeah, also look at the words. I don't know if you can tell, but there's the gold starting to rub off on them. You can kind of see in some spots. That's really frustrating to me. So, yeah, oh my gosh, this just drives me bonkers. I hate it. If I can get a different version of this book, like a different whatever, I totally would. So, reading journal updated. So, maybe, oh yeah, I have to do my monthly reading goal too. That was a 2 stars, so it's gonna be in a gray marker. I do, like, love the Gatecrasher, like the spine and the cover, so I low-key might keep it for now. I literally cannot wait to start using my April spread. It's my favorite spread so far. I love it. I have an Unhypen sticker here. I need to talk about Unhypen. I'm actually heartbroken that Heesung left the group. There's so much talk about him being forced to leave the group, or he wanted to do a solo career, but, you know, they decided for him early, I like am sick to my stomach whenever I think about it. Like, I'm so sad he was my bias, and I'm like, and Hypen had their first performance in Australia a couple days ago, or maybe it was like yesterday night without him. I just can't. I literally can't. So sad. So there's that. Let's go through my TBR jar. You're on a little rickety box thing here, so I'm just gonna literally dump out all of my prompts, or all of my TBR. All the prompts I folded differently than the, like, here are my books. This is how they're folded, like this. Here are my prompts. So they definitely look different. So I'm gonna put all my prompts back in the jar, and then we can start on, my fiance started reading or watching my YouTube channel, and it's one of the worst things that have ever happened to me because he just makes fun of me about it all the time. So sad. It's so embarrassing. Like, I just want strangers to watch my videos, not people I know. Or no one, I guess. I'm not doing this to get clout, so. Just, yeah. Okay, I think I have all of the... Yeah, okay, I think I got all of the... Oh, I'm definitely behind on... We should count my TBR quick. Hold on. I have 54 unread books on my TBR. Not bad. I have a good array of each of them. I probably have like 15 to 20 of each genre, so honestly, I don't think that's that bad. So, could definitely be worse. So, okay, so I'm gonna go through all of these. If there's any that I've read that I didn't grab the name for, I'm gonna take out, like, right away. I found Where the Crawdads Sing, which was the first book I read this month. I'm gonna take that one out. And yeah, I'm just gonna go through them. And if I haven't read them, they're just gonna go right back in the jar. Am I even looking at these? I don't even know. There's some books in here that I really can't wait to get to, but I'm also like, let's just put it off a little longer, you know? I'm also folding some of them a bit smaller because my jar is very full. I really should keep these out because I don't know if I have a thing for them, but if I have a paper for them, but whatever, I think I will be fine. Maybe I actually should take these all out. Like, why did I do that? Now I regret that because now I'm not going to know what I've read or not. Maybe I didn't even get them all out the first try. I'm definitely missing a lot of books. I do not have 50 papers for books, so... Okay, definitely the rest of these are papers. So, okay, I'm going to go through and just start writing any that I don't have. I'm going to fold these papers in half. Rip them off so then I can get 2 out of it. Okay, so right off the bat, I'm just going to start here. Will of the Many, Dungeon Crawler Carl, 6 of Crows I need to put on the list. Maybe I should just print off little pictures of the books. Cut them out. It would take forever. But then I won't have to write them or try to read my handwriting. My room is a freaking disaster right now. I have no motivation to clean it. I just need to start moving stuff out of this room. 6 of Crows. Maybe 6 of Crows. No, well, I'm just going to rewrite it. I'm just going to write it again. Maybe I can get 2 on here, actually. Okay, soul searching. I need to do that one. Take my name. I need to do that one. I'm just looking like at the front here first, and then I'll like look to the back. So I need to do the project, the girl with the dragon tattoo, fight to flourish. I don't know if this is entertaining, but I'm filming it. I am filming it. So no, my pen's dying. No. I'm pretty sure for Francine Rivers, I have all of the books in there, but for some reason, I'm questioning if I have a Lineage of Grace, so I'm just gonna write it again. If I've read it already and I pick it again, then I'll just pull it out and throw it away. Wow, this pen is dying, but every time I think it's like done for good, all of a sudden it comes back. Comes back with a vengeance. So for literary fiction behind here, I have Lucky, The 3 Lives of Kate K, and it all comes down to this. I still can't believe I found The 3 Lives of Kate K for like $3 or $4 at the thrift store. Like, I cannot believe it. Maybe when I move in, I can move in with my fiance. I can take the time to redo my TBR jar with like pictures of the books, and we can go through and print those and cut those out, and then because hopefully I won't have as many at that point, and then I can go through and like maybe make some new prompts. That'd be kind of fun. Okay, for romance and fantasy, I think the only books I need to put in here are Graceless Heart and Alchemized, and then I think I have all the books updated. So I heard Alchemized is just basically Manacled, I think that's how you say it, like rewritten, but not as like a Harry Potter fanfic. And I really want to read Manacled because I actually heard it's really good. So if anyone knows where I can read that, let a girl know, because I will read it. Because apparently it's fire. Okay, so here are my books. That's not even all of them. Here they are. Back in the TBR jar. Wow, this is full. It's literally overflowing. Oh, there's a hair. Okay. Maybe I'll just dump it out, mix it up, and then put it back in, because the prompts are at the bottom and the books are at the top, so we'll just mix it up. I work every single day this week except Friday, so I'm not really super excited about that. I have practice, I think, for sure 2 nights, and then I'll have Bible study. I think Monday, Tuesday I have practice, then Bible study I have on Wednesday. So, and then Thursday I don't know if I have practice yet. I haven't looked, but I'm just really kind of dreading that. So, anyway, I might put this in the vlog that I'm working on now, just because I don't think I'm going to be filming much this week. I've scheduled 4 videos on YouTube. So, I feel good about that. I don't need, oh, here's a book. I don't need to film this week if I didn't want to, which I might not, unless it's like I might film my April TBR soon, just so that I have that, so I can schedule that. And then, yeah, I need to do my April TBR and for sure my March reading wrap up, which I'm not done with. I mean, it's only March 15, but I have my videos scheduled out for the rest of the month, which I'm really happy about. Some of it's going to be old footage from like a couple weeks ago. I mean, like, I have footage from today, March 15, that will be going out at the end of the month. But I just can't help that. But I'm going to take a break from filming, I think, this week. Yeah, I think I'm going to take a break from filming this week so that I have a week to start filming. I don't want to be so ahead on my vlogs all the time where you're watching just, like, days gone by. I kind of want to be slightly consistent, but I don't want to be, like, you know, vlogging a week and then editing it in one weekend and then posting it. Because editing takes a long time. I edited 3 videos today. I'm not done with the 3rd one yet, and it took me most of the day, and I don't even do anything crazy with my editing. So, but maybe I'll start filming, like, because my March reading wrap-up will probably come out mid-April, just because I like to get my thoughts together. So maybe I'll do, like, a come read with me for a week, or how many pages I can read in a day or something, and yeah. Especially if I do that, I could definitely get, if I did some sort of reading vlog or like a do bookish stuff with me, I could definitely get Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies done, and Bridge to Haven. So thank you so much for watching, you guys. I really appreciate it. Hopefully I'll have some more cool content plans for April instead of just vlogs like it was this past month. Yeah, I'll try to get some fun stuff figured out while I'm video ideas while I'm doing this. I want to do a monthly favorite, but I've got so many videos already scheduled for March. I think I might start monthly favorites at the end of April. Yeah, just we're going to continue wedding planning. We're going to continue moving stuff out of my room to move to my fiance's house. I think the next thing that is going to my fiance's house is my vinyl record player and my vinyls, which will be a big change for me, but it's gotta happen. It's gotta happen. So yeah, anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.